What we're about to dive into is really a story of transformation. It's about taking that total storm of ideas, the chaos and the noise, and actually forging it into something real, something powerful. This is the SNS Roadmap, a journey from pure chaos to creation.
So let's start with a really fundamental question, one that gets to the heart of everything. Where do great ideas actually come from? I mean, do they just pop into our heads, perfectly formed, in some flash of inspiration?
Well, the truth is, probably not. Every big journey, every single game-changing idea, it starts in the same messy, complicated place: chaos. See, real innovation isn't born from perfect order. Nope. It comes from friction, it comes from that feeling of frustration, from the challenges that literally force us to think differently. And that, right there, is our starting point.
Okay, so how do you get out of that storm? You can't just wait for it to pass, right? You have to build something solid, something that can withstand the winds. And that first step is all about laying a foundation. We're talking about a clear methodology that gives you structure, a real path forward.
And that foundation? It's called design thinking. Now, it's super important to get this right. When you hear design, you might think of aesthetics, making things look pretty. But that's not what this is about, not at all. This is a deeply human-centered approach to solving problems. It's about shifting the focus away from just the problem and putting it squarely on the people who are actually affected by it. The whole point is to build solutions for people and, even better, with people. And here's how that process actually works. It's this powerful 5-step loop. And look where it starts. Empathize. You're not just guessing what people need. You're getting out there and truly understanding their world. Once you have that deep understanding, then you can start brainstorming, coming up with ideas. From there, you build a quick prototype, something real, something tangible you can put in front of users. Their feedback is everything. So you test, you learn, you refine, and then you implement. And here's the key. It's not a straight line. It's a loop. It's a cycle designed to turn these big, abstract problems into real-world solutions.
But here's the thing. A great process like design thinking, it can't just exist on its own, in a vacuum. It needs the right environment to thrive, kind of like a plant needing good soil. You don't just need a tool, you need a whole culture that supports and encourages it. So let's look at how that culture, that framework for excellence, is actually built.
All right, the foundation of this whole culture is what's called the 3P triangle. It sounds simple, but trust me, it's incredibly powerful. First, you've got your purpose, your why. What are we even doing here? Then you've got your process, the methods you use. And finally, you have your people, the team. When all three of those are aligned, bam, you've got a super strong, stable identity. It's just like a 3-legged stool, right? If any one of those legs is shaky, the whole thing is going to topple over.
Building on that, we have the 3C framework. And this defines the essential skills everyone needs. So it's not just about the technique, the practical, hands-on skills to do the job. That's important for sure. But it's just as much about having the right attitude, a growth mindset, being resilient, and of course, applying solid logic to every challenge you face. You absolutely need all three to really make an impact.
So how do we bring this all to life? Through these 5 pillars of action. And just look at these words: learn, upgrade, innovate, network, reflect. They're all verbs, right? This is not a passive thing. It's a continuous cycle of learning and upgrading your skills. But notice, it's not just about you working alone. You've got a network, connect with others. And this last one, reflect, is so critical. It's how you turn all that experience into actual wisdom. This is the engine that drives everything. And wow, this visual just ties it all together perfectly. Look at the very bottom, the foundation of everything. The core values of sincerity, nobility, and service. Everything else is built right on top of that. Then you can see the 3P culture and the 5 pillars mission that we just went over. It's not just a random collection of ideas. It's a complete, cohesive blueprint for excellence where every single piece connects to and supports the others. Okay, so we have this awesome process and this amazing culture, but so what? What does it all actually produce? What's the output? Let's get into how the system takes all these ideas and turns them into real-world, tangible impact. This, my friends, is where the rubber meets the road, the innovation hub. Think of it as the heart of the whole system, pumping all that energy into areas that really matter. It connects 7 key technologies. We're talking the big stuff: AI, robotics, the metaverse, with 7 crucial industries. Think healthcare, smart manufacturing, even aerospace. It's a direct pipeline from the idea stage right into the real world.
So, when you put it all together, what's the ultimate result? It's not just a pile of cool projects or new gadgets. The real product is people. The entire system is designed from the ground up to create a new generation of certified talent that is genuinely ready to hit the ground running in the modern world.
All right, let's zoom out for a second. We've seen the process, we've seen the culture, we've seen the results. But what's the big picture? What's the huge ultimate goal that's driving this whole thing? Well, it all leads to a final mission that is, let's just say, incredibly audacious. 1,000. Just let that number sink in for a second. A number that big, it makes you stop and ask, 1,000 what? And here's the answer. The mission is to create 1,000 AI startups in just 10 years. Think about that. This isn't just about educating students anymore. This is about creation on a massive scale. It's a vision to build an entire ecosystem of innovation, literally turning learning directly into new businesses. Now, a goal that huge might sound like a pipe dream, right? But this quote explains exactly why it's not. With design thinking providing the logical approach and AI enabling scale, the 1,000 startup mission is not just a dream, it's achievable. Remember that design thinking loop from the beginning? That's the logical, human-centered approach. And then AI comes in and provides the incredible scale to make it all happen. It's the perfect combination of human-centric problem solving and raw technological power. And look, you can't chase a goal this ambitious without the right philosophy holding it all together. That philosophy is the growth mindset. It's that core belief that your abilities aren't fixed, you can always learn, you can always get better. It means you see challenges as opportunities to grow, and failure isn't a dead end. It's just a stepping stone on your way to success. So let's bring it all home and look at the whole picture one last time. This roadmap, it shows the complete journey, all the way from chaos to creation. We started with that messy storm of ideas, right? But with a solid process and a clear purpose, that chaos gets forged into real excellence. That little spark of curiosity is nurtured in a great culture and transformed into something you can actually see and touch. It's a powerful testament to what a well-designed system can achieve. So we've just walked through this incredible blueprint for turning chaos into creation. And, the principles we've talked about here, they're universal. Start with people, build a clear framework, and then aim for something truly bold. It leaves us with just one final question to think about. What could a roadmap like this do for your own journey?